Hello, everyone. My name is Jillian, and I am the owner of Post Surgery Care of Atlanta, where aftercare matters the most. And tonight's video is going to be a cool one. It's going to be fun, pretty lighthearted. I'm going to talk about the recap of the School of Breast Oncology conference that I went to this past weekend. It was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it was a 3-day conference. And it was truly a school of oncology. And I tell you, I learned so much. It was so much that was definitely over my head. Um, but I definitely found some things that I know that I can work within my scope in my business that can help me to help patients if I ever get any um, that they're getting breast surgery done with a um, with a plastic surgeon or with a breast surgeon that's underneath oncology. I will have some some level of understanding of what's going on. So I took a lot of notes. So I will be typing them up so I can have them and just reviewing them from time to time because I don't want to forget about or lose the information that I learned, but I definitely got a lot of great insight on how I can implement um, certain things into my business to make it um, more effective in providing care, having evidence to help it to be the best that it can be. And so these were just a few takeaways that I wanted to share with you guys. I know in the last video I was talking about continuing education and how vital it is as a certified nurse aide and any other discipline, but definitely for my fellow CNAs and fellow medical assistants. It's and how important it is to continue your education. If it's with your employer or without your employer, I say this and I took it on myself is that it's my responsibility to make sure that I know the to know and to know more and to continue my continuing education so I can make sure that I am providing the best care, the best way possible for different populations, or if it's a one particular population, like for me, surgical. But in that, there's so many nuance. There's so many different subtopics that surgery falls underneath that you have to really go deeper. And then some things you kind of like say, okay, I'm not going to focus a lot on that, but just still just having that general idea to where you're familiar with 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 what's going on. So then you're not coming to the table or coming um, um, to prospective clients who hey that needs care and you're not sure about how does this go, what is the language. Number one takeaway from the conference that I have learned and will be implementing in is that or learning from it was excellence comes in different levels. It comes in levels. So it's not just, okay, I'm a CNA, I'm doing great work, okay, excellence. That's on that level. But then there's other levels. And the surgeons, the medical oncologist professionals that were speaking and also in the room, their their mindset, their knowledge, which is amazing. I mean, just amazing. With the level of excellence that the speakers were speaking on, the knowledge and really, you know, tell saying that they were highly competent. It's not even close to the excellence of them knowing their work, knowing their industry, knowing how to care for their patients and what type of treatment would be good, and let's try this. It was just amazing, just the level of excellence that it was just showing this with the studying and showing yourself approved. um, that is Bible. It's in the Bible. I don't know it. I don't know particularly where in the Bible, but it definitely talks about that, studying and show yourself approved. So definitely that was the first takeaway from the conference that I took away was excellent comes in levels. There's so many levels, and I would say there's there's not even an end of the excellence. It just keeps going for forevermore. The second takeaway from the conference that I retrieved from it was networking is queen and king to the success of my life and the elevation of my career. I will tell you, the conference styles or school style conferences, you're not going to really do a whole lot of networking because people come there for one thing, is to learn. They come there to get more CEUs for their license. um, People are coming in groups. I came by myself. I was representing me as the care practitioner, but also me as the owner of the company, Post Surgery Care of Atlanta. So I didn't know anyone, but there were other people who came there by themselves as well. So we kind of, you know, met each other and was like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" And so it was really good. But I would say I only I talk with a lot of people. I talk with a lot of people. A lot of people were very friendly, very, very friendly. I think I had one encounter with one particular person. I was sitting like across from him for I want to say for dinner or for lunch. I think it was lunch, and he was not kind. He was not. He was not kind. I can definitely tell that he was disgust with me sitting in front of him. So, but I got up. You know what I did? I finished my meal. He got up. He got done eating, and then I just ate my meal. And then there was a nice doctor had came over. He was also in oncology, of course, and we started talking. And it was, well, no. I want to say that was, I think it was dinner time. Yeah, dinner time when I sat down again. I met a oncology doctor, and he was really, really nice. He was there to learn more about oncology like everyone else. So everyone beside that one person, everyone was really nice. Everyone was excited about being there, learning more about oncology. Me being new to the field, being or new to the industry of oncology, I would just, oh, excuse me, I was just excited. I was just so happy just to be in the room, to be in the atmosphere of learning oncology, learning something new. And the conference had a lot to do with surgery. It had a lot of things to do with other things as well. But the part where they talked about the actual breast surgery and what that all entails, and how and how they reconstruct the breast after they do a mastectomy, and oh, it was just incredible, in the complications and standard of care. It was, I was like, oh my God, I was taking so many notes. We had the we had like the PowerPoints where we were able to save certain slides. So, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. To save certain slides. So I was just very excited to be there. I just really, really was, and I made sure I looked really nice, and I just I just wanted to make sure that I was exuding excellence. Even in my dressing, I wanted to make sure that I brought my A game of knowing that yes, I am a care professional, I am a care practitioner. And we had name badges and with the chain to go with it. So the third takeaway from the conference, I'm sorry, is conference is not for the know-it-alls. I have to. It, Conferences are such a humbling experience because I think I commented maybe two times throughout the whole time I was there. And I didn't go there to make comments. I went there to learn because I didn't know anything. I don't know anything about oncology. And so it's very humbling when you go to conferences because you're sitting among people who have worked in this industry for many years. We're talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 years. Some is 10 years, or even you may have some that's been there for 5 years, but they know more than me. And and I had to just shut my mouth and use my ears to do all the listening and taking notes and just listening to the information and allowing the information just to come in because I couldn't even really say a whole lot. I just really didn't because I didn't know anything. I really didn't. But now, I have some knowledge. But even now, I'm definitely looking at going to some more oncology conferences, and it probably won't be for until next year. Um, but it's definitely conferences are not it's not for the know it alls. It's for people who are students of their craft. They are people who want to perfect what was once have known, but now they want to know new information because information is changing rapidly. Like every 30 minutes to an hour, new information is being released, new data is being released. So it is never good to be in a position to where you're saying, "Oh, I know all about that." No, you don't, because even the surgical oncology doctors or the medical oncology doctors, they were learning new information that they said, "Oh, well, I never knew about that." So for me, being a care practitioner, okay, Ally Health, oh, believe me, I was quiet. I was very, 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 very quiet, and I was so thankful that I didn't know anything because I had to use my ears and very little of my mouth. Because if I'm talking, that means I'm not listening. So if I'm not talking, I'm listening. And that's what I would tell you guys as well. When you go to conferences, do not come in there try to be the know it all. You need to have your mouth shut and your ears open and your heart open. And that leads to takeaway number 4. I truly have learned or am and still learning that in learning environments like the School of Breast Oncology, it's best to have my heart open and my mind open because when you're getting so much information, you have to make sure that your heart and your mind is open to take in the information and to digest the information and then allow yourself, your inner mind, to give you new information on how can I implement this into my business? How can what needs to be changed, what needs to be just, you know, eliminated. And you have to come with an open heart and an open mind, because you don't know what new insight you're going to get while listening to these specialists and what they're saying, because you're not going to grab everything, but there's going to be some things in there that you're going to say, I can I can implement this particular thing into action, and how to implement it. And the fifth takeaway is, I left there a better professional and a better person than when I came there. Um, when I came there, I didn't know anything about oncology, but I left there with an in depth beginning understanding about oncology. And not just about oncology, but how can um, what changes that I need to make in my business to make it more functionable, um, about myself. How can I take better care of myself? I mean, you can't go to a breast oncology conference and not look at yourself and your health and say, I need to make sure that I'm working out. I need to make sure that I'm eating the right foods. I need to make sure that I'm keeping my stress level low. I need to make sure that when I'm working out, that I'm implementing a lot of strength, weightlifting, strength resisting exercises, because it's all about keeping me healthy, stronger, um, making sure that my body heals faster, safer, healthier, make sure that my body is stronger. And so that's definitely, I would say, was one of the gold star of that entire conference, is that how I went there and who I was, and who I became after I left there. It was different. I mean, such a mind shift. I mean, being in a room with all these professionals, all these high level, high functioning, excellent driven professionals, you can't tell me that it's not going to shift your mind in the way you view the world, how you view yourself, how you view your work, how you need to become better, to 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 deliver excellence on another level. And that, like I said before, excellence comes in levels. And so um, I didn't want to make this video too long, and I hope you all like this video. If you like it, click the thumb button and definitely subscribe to the channel. Um, but I just wanted just to give you all just a recap of my takeaways and the whole experience of attending conferences and taking the time to set money aside for it, because these conferences, they can cost. Like I said, this conference was $449 for one person for me, and that was for LI Health nurses, nurse practitioners. The doctors, they were paying a whole lot more. So the seriousness of when people come here is no joke. I was at work. You're at work. So there's really no time for kicks and giggles. You have breaks in between, 10 to 15 minutes, and you have lunch. But you're working, you're learning. So I strongly advise everyone is to make a goal that once a year, or 2023, that you set aside some money for you to attend one conference. It can be in your specific lane that you are in. CNAs, medical assistants, we have our own conferences that they have. But if there is a particular field of industry that you would like to learn about, before you actually jump in, check it out. find out how much it is and start putting your money away, because do not allow yourself to feel. And this was one thing that I did experience, and I really had to talk to myself. It's that I was sitting, it was day one, it was day one of the conference, and I was sitting there in the conference, and I'm just getting all this information, and for some reason I started feeling like I wasn't supposed to be there. I was feeling like I'm not gonna say like that whole imposter syndrome. I have my own take on about that whole language of people say the imposter syndrome. I think for me, I felt that I felt the elevation. I felt the pressure of the excellence in the room. And I think it was more so of that, uh, that my environment was such a higher level of excellence, of the expectations. I took it, and and I internalized it as if I was not worthy. That, oh, me being a care practitioner, is it really anything for me here? Did I, am I doing too much? And I really had to correct that thinking. I had to really correct that thinking. I think I would say I got myself together, but the next day, day two, well, no, I would say after lunch, I had to really have a internal conversation in my mind and really, really coach myself and to remind myself that you're supposed to be here. If you were not supposed to be here, then the opportunity would not have presented itself for you to be able to attend here. Um, I prayed to be able to go to this conference, and I'm here. So there's something here for everyone. Not everything that they're talking about is going to be specifically inclined with say, oh yeah, I can do that, I can do. No, but there, but but clearly it turned out there was a lot of things that was so inclined with what I can do, what I can implement into my business to make it better. And so I'm so thankful that I pushed through, that I really had that inner conversation with myself to correct myself and to remind myself that wherever God has placed your feet, allow your voice to be extended out too, for your arms and your hands to touch and to see and to feel. That is where that's where you're supposed to be. And many times it's not for me to say or to talk a lot, it's for me to listen, because excellence comes through listening, so I can retrieve the excellence. And so I just wanted just to let you all know that you may experience when you start really attending these conferences, or even if they're virtual or they're in person, especially if they're in person, and you are surrounded by higher level disciplines in your field, or the field that you're thinking about learning more about or working in, you may feel that feeling of, am I doing too much? Not so much about, oh, I'm not qualified to be here, but more so like, am I doing too much? And you have to remind yourself that no, I'm doing the next level. I'm positioning myself to bring in the next level of what God has for me. Because whatever that's for me, that's and the reason why I'm here, I can only receive it if I'm here. You could not receive it. I would not have received the blessings and the elevation and be in an environment of excellence and to shift a mindset. If I never went to, if I said, oh no, I don't have enough money, I need to pay bills, I'm not going to go. It's like, no, bills are going to get paid. They always do. But this is something that has to be in your budget as a professional, not just as a business owner, but as a professional of your craft, is that you have to set aside money to go and to renew your mind, to elevate your mind to the next level. So when those opportunities come, because opportunities come in new places, in higher level places, they're not going to always going to come in places where you're familiar, that you know it very well. Sometimes it happens that way, but many times the next level opportunity that's going to take you to the next level, that's positioning you for the next level, it's going to take you to have a leap of faith to say, I'm going to take this money and I'm going to sow it into me, into my mind, through going attending this conference, or and promise you, you're going to to see a difference in yourself, feel a difference in yourself, because you're surrounded by all these higher level disciplines who their mindset is about learning and becoming better and getting better and better. They're not in the state of complacency. They're in the place of elevation. So I like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to let you all know, give you the recap of the video of the conference that I attended, the School of Breast Oncology. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I definitely will be attending next year. That is the plan. I have a couple of other conferences. I have a new conference that I am looking at attending next year. And so I would definitely keep y'all posted on different conferences that I'm thinking about attending. I'll definitely be going back to ones that I did earlier this year. That definitely is great for continuing education in other areas in which that would definitely be beneficial to me as a person, as a professional, and also as a business woman. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I encourage you to sow into yourself, because you are the great soil. If you don't invest in you, no one else will. So you all have a blessed night, and I will see you guys on the next go round. Oh, and another thing I want to say this. If anyone wants to sign up for a virtual consultation for your upcoming surgery, or if you're thinking about having surgery, definitely schedule a virtual consultation through the website www.postsurgeryatlanta.org. That's where you can go and you can book a virtual consultation, and we can go over all the different things, all the different areas of your life that could be that we can do to start really getting things in place, so you can have a successful, you can experience your heal happily. So you will have a blessed night, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.